Have you ever stopped to truly consider how a handful of numbers could dramatically alter your financial destiny, ushering in unimaginable wealth, not by magic or fantasy, but through something far deeper, almost mystically aligned with the universe itself? Picture this. You win the lottery, you finally get that career-changing offer you've waited years for, or you seal a business deal that transforms everything. It might seem far-fetched, even impossible, but here's the honest truth. It's entirely within reach. The key lies in your willingness to act, not tomorrow, not someday, but now. And if you stay with me through this entire message, you'll understand why. Because today, we're exploring 6 extraordinary numbers. Numbers that aren't ordinary by any means. These numbers vibrate with energy derived from ancient Buddhist wisdom in cosmic resonance. They are far more than mathematical figures. They're energetic codes. They emit vibrations capable of syncing your life with sudden windfalls, massive breakthroughs, and abundance you didn't think was meant for you. The universe is always reaching out, but not with language as we know it. It speaks in patterns and synchronicities. Have you noticed the recurring 1111 on your phone, or 444 appearing on street signs, clocks, and receipts? That's no accident. It's a whisper from the universe, a message trying to catch your attention. In numerology, numbers hold weight far beyond arithmetic. They carry deep spiritual significance, encoded meanings, and hidden energies that can powerfully shift your life when you tap into them. When you attune yourself to these frequencies, you don't just attract opportunities, you become a magnet for clarity, prosperity, and a new level of awareness. Suddenly, the life you thought was out of reach begins to unfold before you. These 6 numbers you're about to discover are embedded with this very energy. And at the end, there's one bonus number, considered a master frequency known for supercharging the law of attraction. But it doesn't work for everyone. Only for those who are open-hearted, mentally tuned in, and spiritually prepared to receive. So stay sharp, listen with intent. And as we uncover each number together, let your intuition guide you. Feel the energy behind the digits. But before we begin, take one small yet powerful step to activate your intent. Like this message, subscribe to Buddhism Mindset, and comment with the words, "I am ready to receive wealth and prosperity this May." This is your signal. Let the transformation begin. Let's begin with a number that holds far more significance than it appears to on the surface. Number 17. This isn't some arbitrary figure plucked out of nowhere. In the realm of numerology, energy, and ancient symbolism, 17 is what we call a blended frequency, a powerful union of action and insight, leadership and inner knowing. It's where the boldness of the number 1, the initiator, the pioneer, the spark of ambition and drive, fuses with the profound spiritual wisdom of the number 7, which represents introspection, inner truth, and a deep connection to the unseen world. Together, they create a synergy that doesn't just push you forward in life, it guides you forward with purpose. 17 is the number of conscious movement. It's not about rushing blindly or acting out of desperation. It's about choosing your path with both courage and clarity. When this number begins to repeatedly show up in your life, on digital clocks reading 1717, on random receipts totaling $17, or in vivid dreams that won't let go, it's not a fluke. It's a signal, a nudge from the universe that you are being called to step into something greater. It's often seen at critical turning points, when you're standing at the edge of a decision that could shift the entire course of your life. And 17 doesn't just appear as a suggestion. It comes as a confirmation that you're ready for what comes next. Those who begin aligning with the energy of 17 often report a shift in how they experience life. Suddenly, conversations feel more meaningful. There's clarity where there was once confusion. Paths that once seemed blocked or complicated start to open with an unexpected ease. It's as if the fog begins to lift. But what's really happening is deeper than luck or coincidence. You're aligning with your higher self. You're tuning into an energy that already exists around you, waiting to be acknowledged. And 17 is the number that helps bridge that space between your current self and your awakened, guided self. In the context of May 2025, this energy is magnified. The universal frequencies flowing through this period resonate in a way that make the presence of 17 even more pronounced. If you've been waiting for signs, for answers, for a break or a breakthrough, this is the time when the wheels begin turning. You may feel it in the smallest of ways. A call back from someone you haven't heard from in months, an offer revisited, a door that had once closed quietly unlocking. These are not small occurrences. These are echoes of your alignment. They are reflections of your readiness. The truth is, number 17 doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It appears when you are becoming ready, when your energy is beginning to rise, when your doubt is beginning to fade, and when your spirit is ready to walk forward, even without full certainty. And as this number begins weaving itself into your experience, don't ignore it. Don't dismiss it. Sit with it. Feel its presence. Allow it to guide you toward the version of yourself that doesn't just dream about transformation, but lives it. 17 is more than just a number. It's an invitation, a cosmic handshake between your desire and your destiny. Next comes the number 5, a number that doesn't whisper like 17 does. It doesn't gently guide or softly persuade. Instead, it arrives like a jolt of electricity, a wake-up call. If 17 is the gentle wave nudging you forward, 5 is the thunderclap that breaks the silence and demands your movement. It's raw kinetic energy in its purest form. In numerology, 5 is the essence of motion, of change, of disruption, of freedom. It is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, and swiftness, making it the number that governs rapid choices, bold steps, and moments that can completely shift the course of your reality in the blink of an eye. In Buddhist philosophy, transformation can only occur when energy is flowing. Stagnation is the root of suffering, and 5 is the number that tears down the walls of that stagnation. It doesn't ask for your permission. It moves. It creates waves. It initiates. It shatters comfort zones and demands that you catch up with your own potential. When you begin to notice the number 5 showing up in phone numbers, building addresses, timestamps, you're being called to break out of your waiting period. This is not the time for planning or hesitation. This is the universe telling you, now, leap. 5 doesn't show up when you're ready. It shows up to tell you that readiness is not required. That idea you've been holding back on, the conversation you've been postponing, the career move you've been contemplating for months, 5 is the green light. It's the energetic permission slip to stop stalling and start living. Because once you take that first bold action, once you put motion behind your intent, you activate a domino effect. Suddenly things begin to align with an almost uncanny speed. Money that felt delayed begins to move. Opportunities that once felt distant start circling back. Mental fog lifts. People notice you. Doors open. And that's the deeper gift of 5. It teaches you that clarity doesn't always come before action. Sometimes clarity comes because of action. It's only by moving forward, even imperfectly, that you allow momentum to catch up with you. The number 5 represents the truth that fortune favors the bold, not because the bold always know what they're doing, but because they're willing to leap even when they don't. They trust that the net will appear midair. In May 2025, this energy is especially potent. It's a season of dynamic shifts, a time when those who embrace the uncertainty of movement will find themselves ahead, while those who wait for certainty may be left behind. 5 doesn't just encourage change, it demands it. So when you see it, feel it, recognize it, don't sit back. Move, speak, decide, leap. Because behind every act of brave momentum, 5 ensures that abundance and clarity are not far behind. 5 is the storm, but it's also the breakthrough, the pulse that shakes you out of stillness and into a new dimension of possibility. Now feel the shift, the calm after the storm, the quiet hum of stability and strength, as we move into the grounding energy of number 8. If 5 was the lightning bolt that shattered inertia and forced movement, 8 is the firm ground beneath your feet that invites you to build something real, something that endures. It is a number of deep roots and wide reach. When turned on its side, it forms a symbol of infinity, a reminder that abundance isn't a fleeting moment or a lucky break. True wealth, true success is cyclical, sustainable, and infinite when nurtured properly. And that is exactly what 8 teaches. In cultures around the world, especially across Asia, 8 is revered not out of shallow superstition, but because of its spiritual and energetic weight. It speaks of harmony between the material and the spiritual, of power that doesn't shout but resonates quietly through every decision you make. This is not the number of impulse. It is the number of mastery, of wisdom, of choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term gratification. When you begin to see the number 8 appearing on license plates, receipts, apartment numbers, it's often a sign that you are being prepared for a new level of responsibility, a new level of wealth. But with it comes a call: be steady, be deliberate, make decisions not just with ambition, but with integrity. Where 5 calls you to leap, 8 calls you to stand tall. It wants you to trust the foundation you've already built, or begin constructing one that can hold the abundance you're ready to receive. The energy of this number doesn't reward recklessness. It responds to alignment. It shows up for those who are willing to do the inner work, to step into roles of leadership, discipline, and self-worth. This number says you don't need to chase wealth. You need to embody it. You need to remember that prosperity is not something outside of you. It's a frequency you emit when you stop questioning your value and start owning it. In May 2025, the frequency of 8 is especially resonant. This month brings a stabilizing current in the middle of an otherwise fast-moving year. It's a perfect time to lay the groundwork for future gains, to invest your energy in systems, habits, and decisions that compound over time. Contracts made now will have longevity. Financial moves made from a place of inner alignment will carry momentum. Relationships rooted in mutual growth will deepen. This is not about explosive gains. It's about exponential growth. So when the number 8 crosses your path, honor it. Let it remind you that you are capable not just of attracting success, but sustaining it. That you are not here for fleeting wins, but for wealth that lasts. Legacy-level abundance, harmony between your higher self and the life you're creating in the physical world. Because 8 doesn't just want you to succeed, it wants you to rise in a way that nothing and no one can shake. Then comes number 11, a number that doesn't shout for your attention, but gently pulls you inward. It's soft, subtle, yet unmistakably powerful. 11 is not about movement or noise. It's about presence. It's about alignment. Known as a master number in numerology, 11 is often referred to as a spiritual portal, a gateway to deeper truths, heightened intuition, and the kind of inner clarity that no external source can give you. If you've been seeing 1111 on clocks, receipts, or signs, or hearing the same phrases repeated in unexpected ways, take notice. These are not random moments. They are invitations. The universe is nudging you to pause and listen, not with your ears, but with your soul. Unlike the momentum of 5 or the grounded structure of 8, the number 11 asks for stillness. In Buddhist wisdom, silence is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is the space where insight arises, where the noise of the world quiets just enough for you to hear the truth that has always been inside you. 11 carries that frequency. It doesn't ask you to hustle harder, push more, or chase anything. It simply says, be still, be aware, be open. When this number begins to appear, it often means your intuition is sharpening. Your inner compass is being fine-tuned. You may find yourself picking up on subtle energies, sensing things before they happen, or feeling guided in decisions that, on the surface, don't seem logical, but feel right. That's the gift of 11. It reconnects you with your inner wisdom, the voice that gets drowned out by fear, doubt, and noise. And once you start listening to that voice, truly listening, everything begins to change. In the energy of May 2025, 11 offers a rare opportunity, a moment to step back from the frantic pace of the world and realign with your higher path. Not everything requires action. Some of the most important shifts in your life will come through quiet realizations, moments of reflection, or sudden, peaceful knowing. 11 reminds you that clarity is not always loud. Sometimes it arrives in whispers, in the breath between thoughts, in the stillness of your presence. So if you've been running, striving, pushing, let this number be your permission to pause, to sit with yourself, to breathe, to tune into what your heart already knows, even if your mind hasn't caught up yet. Because when you align with the vibration of 11, you begin to live in harmony with the universe. You stop reacting and start intuitively flowing. You become less concerned with how things look and more attuned to how things feel. And in that space, truth arises, peace returns, and everything begins to make sense again. 11 doesn't bring you answers. It reminds you that you already have them. The next number is full of brightness and warmth. Number 3. It arrives like sunlight through clouds, reminding you of something you may have forgotten in the pursuit of goals, deadlines, or responsibilities. Joy matters. Not as a luxury, but as a necessity. In the world of numerology, 3 is the number of lightheartedness, creativity, communication, and self-expression. It's ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, luck, and higher wisdom, giving it an energy that lifts, inspires, and invites you to grow. Not just in wealth or career, but in your sense of wonder and fulfillment. Number 3 is a gentle but powerful force. It shows up when your spirit needs lightning. When you've been too focused on outcomes, achievements, or external validation, 3 calls you back to the simple joys: creating for the sake of creating, laughing without reason, speaking your truth, and dreaming without restriction. This is the number that reminds you that abundance flows best when it is born from alignment, not pressure. When your heart is light, your energy is magnetic, and you begin to attract not just money, but the kind of opportunities, people, and experiences that truly resonate with your soul. When you start noticing the number 3 on signs, receipts, clocks, or in conversation, it's a message. You've been taking things too seriously. It's time to come back to what brings you genuine pleasure. It could be as simple as reconnecting with music, dancing, painting, journaling, spending time with uplifting people, or letting yourself dream without the weight of how. In Buddhist teachings, joy is not frivolous. It is sacred. It's a sign of spiritual balance. A joyful heart is a heart in flow, and from that flow, everything else follows. Inspiration, insight, opportunity, and yes, prosperity. In May 2025, the energy of 3 offers an especially needed invitation to reconnect with your creative spirit. This month holds fast-moving energy, and without joy as your compass, it's easy to burn out or chase things that don't truly fulfill you. But when you align with the frequency of 3, your path begins to brighten. You speak with more clarity. You move with more confidence. You attract support and success, not because you're pushing, but because you're radiating ease. And that's the real magic of 3. It teaches you that success doesn't have to be a grind. That dreaming is not naive. It's a form of alignment. That your laughter, your vision, your art, your voice, all hold power. Power that ripples out and draws in the abundance that is already waiting for you. So when 3 shows up, honor it. Let it guide you back to joy, back to your true frequency. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for your future is to feel good now. And now we arrive at the final number on this journey, the most sacred and spiritually charged of them all. 66. This isn't just a number, it's a divine frequency, a gentle yet powerful vibration that bridges the inner world of your spirit with the outer world of your reality. In the realm of numerology and Buddhist wisdom, 66 is a number of deep alignment. It carries the resonance of compassion, purpose, and true abundance, not just in material form, but in the richness of your relationships, your service to others, and your connection to the greater whole. To understand 66, we first look at the power of 6 on its own. In Buddhist tradition, it reflects the 6 paramitas, the 6 perfections that guide the path of awakening: generosity, morality, patience, diligence, concentration, and wisdom. These aren't just abstract ideals. They're energies. When lived and embodied, they shape a life of clarity, fulfillment, and purpose. And when this number is doubled, amplified into 66, it becomes a symbol of spiritual mastery, grounding itself into physical reality. It's a message from the universe. You are ready to serve, and in doing so, you will be served abundantly. 66 appears when you are being called to rise, not through ego or ambition, but through heart. It urges you to align your goals with your soul, to do what you do not just for gain, but for meaning. This is the number that appears when your purpose and your prosperity are meant to merge, when your acts of service, creation, and love become the very pathways through which wealth flows. Because true wealth, lasting wealth, is always an extension of your energy. And 66 is a mirror showing you just how valuable your energy really is. To connect with the vibration of 66, create a sacred moment for yourself. Sit in silence, close your eyes and breathe deeply. Imagine a golden stream of energy flowing toward you and around you. Soft, warm, radiant. Whisper 66 as a mantra. Let it echo not just in your voice, but in your body. Visualize it surrounding you, written in light across your path. Write it down on paper and place it under your pillow as you sleep, allowing your subconscious to align with its message. Journal with it. Meditate with it. Let this number become part of your spiritual practice, not just as a symbol, but as a living, breathing energy that moves with you. Because 66 is more than an affirmation. It's a key, a sacred password that opens doors, not just to success, but to soul-aligned success. It reminds you that you were never meant to chase wealth at the cost of your spirit. You were meant to embody wealth through your spirit. And as you do, the universe responds, not slowly, but immediately, with gifts, with guidance, with golden moments of synchronicity that tell you, yes, you are on the right path. Let 66 be your anchor in the noise, your compass in the uncertainty, your reminder that everything you give from a place of love multiplies, and everything you seek from a place of truth already belongs to you. You've made it to the end of this journey, and that alone means something profound. It means you're not just curious, you're committed, you're ready, not in some distant, someday kind of way, but right now. Ready to receive, ready to grow, ready to walk through the door that's been quietly waiting for you all along. The energy you've just tapped into, the wisdom behind these sacred numbers, is already working within you. The shift has begun. And whether it shows up as clarity, opportunity, peace, or prosperity, trust that it's unfolding perfectly. If this message stirred something inside you, if you felt even a flicker of truth, take a moment and anchor it in. Type this in the comments below. I am grounded, focused, and ready to welcome lasting abundance. These words are more than a sentence. They are a signal, a declaration, a vibration that tells the universe, I'm ready to receive. And remember, energy multiplies when it's shared. So like this message, subscribe to Buddhism Mindset and send it to someone whose light is ready to shine a little brighter. Because what you align with today becomes the reality you walk into tomorrow. And tomorrow, it's looking powerful.